here at the ACP Annual Conference, and I am joined by Pam Krueger of Wealthramp, and you're also a journalist of some fame. So tell us about why are you even here?
Okay, so this is my first ACP conference, and I have to tell you even before I say anything about what I do or Wealthramp, I am so impressed with the energy, the commitment, and the sense of community here amongst these advisors who are each of who I have met, have been, I would say, they lead with integrity, truly putting the best interests of the client first, here to learn more about different ways different techniques they can incorporate, but everyone here shares that same vision and that same philosophy.
Yeah, and so I invited you here to be a part of the media panel, which was fabulous. And tell us about that. What was that like for you, sitting on the stage, judging and commenting on some of the pitches?
I loved it because I'm in the unique position to offer advisors access to audiences either through my podcast, which is Friends Talk Money with Terry Savage and Rich Eisenberg on PBS, and that has a big audience. And then we have 60andMe, which is a community of 500,000 women who are over age 60. So that kind of tells you who the audience is. So Money Track was my series on PBS TV series, weekly. Now, we'll be putting Money Track back on the air, but for the moment, I'm focused on cultivating advisor relationships with Wealthramp. So yesterday, we had the opportunity to ask the advisors here to step up, and you just were able to inspire them to step up and pitch to our panel of journalists and come forth with their ideas on how would they pitch the media if they felt that they could have a story, they could be an expert interviewed on some show like my own, or via a columnist like Liz Weston or Gail. And what was great, Marie, was you really got people to get up there and get the courage to pitch. And when they did, didn't you find that every pitch got better and better?
Yes. Yeah, it sure did. And it was almost like learning from the experience of the others and the coaching. It was, by the end, it was so exciting to see that they were hitting on the high note with the journalists. And you even said, I want that story.
Right. So when they first started out, the first advisor who came up with a pitch, we all got to tell that advisor what we would do differently to tweak it. So then the next advisor who had the guts to come up and pitch his or her idea took that and then learned from it, and then the pitches just got better. So by the time we were down to like the last 3 pitches, I think all of us on the panel were like, hey, pitch us, bring it on. I want to do a story on that angle. And some of the advice, of course, was just really simple. Making sure that you understand, this is something, Marie, you always teach, is making sure you understand the journalist you're pitching. What does that journalist focus on? Who's their audience? And using real stories of real people. You don't have to use their names of your clients, just their circumstances versus pitching a concept. So I think people really walked away with some great
I was so excited, and we're getting such great feedback. So the last thing I'll ask you to comment on is you were actually doing something here in our little set, sitting at this table. What were you doing today?
So I had the ACP the logo right here behind us, because I was doing some interviews with one of our advisors for 60andMe, and we were focused on topics related to this morning about big mistakes that people make, especially women can make with Social Security. Another topic we covered in one of our videos was, home ownership in retirement, the pros and the cons. So like all the planners who are here at this conference, we're focused on our videos on topics that, allow people to plan and think ahead, and these are topics that they don't think about, but these advisors are here to guide them through. So that's what we're doing here. And I'm happy that I got to have the ACP in the background.
It's always so much fun to have you. Thank you, Pam, for being here.
Oh, thanks for doing what you do.
My pleasure.